What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Sorry I haven't brought you one in a while, but a lot of things have been happening where I live, as well as me blowing my knee out and having to get a bunch of work done to that. So, right now, I'm bringing you the news because I'm not sure what else to talk about. And I haven't really been getting views or anything, so it's kind of like, I don't know. So, I figured, I've been asking myself about this Russia Ukraine war thing, and I've noticed, a lot of people have been telling me Ukraine's kicking ass and all this other stuff, but no one talks about it anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even sure what's going on, so I figured I'd go ahead and check the map with you guys. Right now I'm using the map from storymaps.arcgis.com. Basically, if you go look up and just type in current Russia-Ukraine war map, scroll down and you'll see an interactive map, Russia invasion of Ukraine. Um, It's not a bad map to use, you know what I mean? But it's an interactive map, um, and it basically gives you a key right here so you can look at. So let's go ahead and look at what's going on. Um, so everything highlighted in black is Russia controlled before February 24, 2022, which makes sense. I mean, you got this area, the Donetsk region. But what gets me is like, let's get up close because if you also look too, claimed Russian territory in Ukraine. So I did watch a couple things before through this one YouTuber who kind of I'm pretty sure he lives in Russia or no, he lives near Russia or something, but um he's been saying that Ukraine's been bombing the shit out of Russia and that's why they're having fuel problems, but like I don't know what I'm seeing if this map wants to play around, but what I'm seeing is okay. Where's Kiev? Where the hell's Kiev? Dnipro. Oh, I gotta zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Anyway, so here's this area. Let me see if I can get the key to show something else. All right. So basically, this was taken by Russia early on. The Donetsk region was taken by Russia. The Kherson, and this is saying claimed Ukrainian counteroffense, which is all right here. Also, all this region right here, which I don't think they actually claim this. I don't think Russia really even tried to attack it. Russia's been focusing more their attack over here. Um, the Zaporizhia, Dnipro, and then what's the yellow stuff? Assess Russian infiltration areas and claimed Russian territory in Ukraine, which would be this stuff and this stuff. Will it allow me to change anything? I don't think it will. Let me see if it'll, let's see. Russia, and this is just the interactive map. No. Okay. Oh well. But anyway, yeah, so I've been noticing a lot of this. Reported Ukrainian partisan warfare, which you don't really see too much of that. Let's zoom in. I know Mariupol was getting hit like crazy. What's the blue line? Reported Ukrainian partisan warfare. That's all in here. The Donetsk reason makes sense. All this yellow here, claim Russian territory in Ukraine. So like Russia's slowly moving, and I know Russia's thrown a shit ton of troops out, but you know this isn't like a normal war what the U.S. went through in GWAT. This is literally like World War One, World War Two, like war fighting because you think a lot of it's in trenches, and damn, look at that. that tiny area just covered in blue, though. Covered in blue. Claimed Ukrainian counteroffensives. Okay, so it's claiming it's counteroffensives. Excuse me. Let me. Sorry about that. Let's I wonder if it'll allow me to. Current Russian casualties. I just spelled that wrong, but whatever. Well, so this is UkraineWarLosses.com. This kind of tells you Russian losses in Ukraine. Personnel totaling 1.4 million. Over 500,000 pieces of equipment. Damn. Over 12,000 tanks, 24,000 armored fighting vehicles, 46,000 artillery units, or pieces of artillery, almost 2,000 rocket systems, 1,500 anti-air systems, 438 planes, 354 helicopters. You know, I would have thought this one and this one would have been a lot more. This is what's scary. The unmanned aerial vehicles, which are talking about drones, which is literally just a flying IED. Missiles, ships 34, submarines 2. That's surprising. Unarmored vehicles, which unarmored vehicles, I'm going to tell you now, I guarantee you they're talking about just like random pickup trucks and stuff like that, and special equipment. So like in 2022, wow, look how ridiculous that gets. Let's look at some. Hold on, I do want to watch a couple videos. So this one's from Volodymyr Zelensky, the cokehead dancer. Man. What is this? Let's start this up. Wow. So that's what I was talking about, the flying drones. So this is just other people's perception of it. Damn, look at all that smoke. Whatever they hit, that thing was full of explosives. So what's crazy is like where I live, we're dealing with the Canadian fires and all this. Well, not so much Canadian fires. We're dealing with all the smoke coming from the Canadian fires in the U.S. and it's just getting out. It's getting insane. Easy there, Jesus. What's this one? Russian artillery literally buries Ukrainian troops ahead of another Russian assault. The horrors of war, the reality of facing massive, unstoppable Russian glide bombs which can vaporize entire units with no warning. This man was lucky to survive. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, dude, you got to dig him out a little bit more. Every breath he takes, that dirt is just getting closer and closer and closer to his body, so his lungs aren't able to fill up.
Все нормально, живий. Можеш рухатись? Придавило ще одну руку. Пацани, розкапуйте зі свого боку.
He's good now, since the top of his chest is uncovered. I mean... that's gotta be so scary. That's such a big fear for me. That's such a big fear for me, is like, you know, getting buried alive or like being lost at sea. But I worked construction with a guy once. this Mexican guy. So we were digging. Basically, we were digging out these huge pipes, and they were sewer pipes, and we had to replace them because the old ones used to be made out of terracotta pipes and stuff, which is like a type of clay. And we had put the walls up to prevent a cave in, and the ground shifted overnight or something, and no one knew about it. But the supports ended up giving way. The plywood just kind of like pushed in and fell, and then all this dirt came in. And the Mexican guy told me when he seen the dirt, he took like coming in, he took the biggest breath he could, and he said while he was down, like he went like this, like I guess when the dirt came, he went like this, and he created like this little hole in his thing. So like he's in a fetal position, but he's using his arms to prevent his stomach from collapsing. And he said that he was just slowly taking like baby breaths, just trying not to panic and stuff. And if we would have never had heavy equipment out there, we would have been fucked. Like he would have died. But we ended up getting him out, and he did go to the hospital for some neck pain and stuff. And but he ended up showing up to work the next week. I mean, it was kind of crazy. I'm almost positive he filed a lawsuit or something, but
Ты нормально чувствуешь? Вроде бы. Братан, давай. Пробуй шевелиться. Давай, братан. Руку. Руку тяни. Скажи, пускай поможет нам, блядь. Пошел, пошел, пошел. Все, вперед, туда пішли, блядь.
oh, ooh. I wish I would have put the cap. Go, go, go. How are you? Fine. They're asking how each other. So, see that
Ты как?
that is kind of scary. You think about it. You know, they hit once, and then like it's a double tap situation. So I just want to rewatch this and just see what they said in the beginning. He said, "Fuck, I can't hear anything."
Я намагаюся,
I'm
я
trying to
копаю.
dig. I'm trying to dig.
Чекай,
Wait,
дай
let me do it. Let me
розкопаю.
do it. Are they pulling them from like both sides?
Все нормально, живий,
It's
живий,
good. Stay
живий.
alive. One more hand.
Можеш
Push,
рухатись?
push.
Блін, придавило ще одну руку. Пацани,
dig from your
розкапуйте зі
side.
свого боку.
Давайте быстрее, блядь, відкапуй! Або дай я, якщо не можеш. Виходь!
Dig from
No,
your
it's
side.
not
It's
mine,
okay.
it's just with
Now we'll pull it out. Don't rush.
Все нормально.
Don't rush. Yeah, right. You better get me the hell out.
Братан,
Like, bro,
давай.
come on.
Пробуй
Come on, bro.
Давай,
Come on,
братан.
bro.
Руку.
Okay. He's got both arms out now. Tell them
Ні.
to help us.
Пошел, пошел, пошел.
Go, go. How are you? Fine. And that's when the second one hit. That's insane, man. Like that's scary as shit. Our fires. If the Russians are firing shovels at the Ukrainians, then why weren't there some shovels lying around to dig this 4 minute? Makes no fucking sense. Okay, let's see what else we got. Content warning. Let's watch it.
Они же говорили, вас будут убивать.
Hold on.
Они
What?
же
They
говорили,
said
вас будут
you will be killed as
убивать
witnesses.
как свидетелей.
Да. Да.
Поэтому
Поэтому
они
они
Yes,
нас...
that is why they are not letting us out.
Мы стали выбираться из города. Переночевали в
Oh, wait,
ожидалке.
hold on, wait.
Мы стали
We started to make our way out of the city.
выбираться из города. Переночевали
We spent the night in the waiting room at Berezivka,
в ожидалке на Березке. И потом
and
дошли
then walked along the highway to the
до
place
того места, где нас встретили русские.
where we
военные.
met by Russian military
У нас
personnel.
выходило по 2
We
человека.
were coming out 2 people at a time. There were only 2
У
of
нас
us.
2 человека. А сколько
And how many
российских солдат
Russian
и
soldiers and officers
офицеров
were involved?
было задействовано не в
Not in even not in an
эвакуации, а в
evacuation,
нашем
but in our
спасении.
rescue.
Я называю это
I call this saving
спасением
us.
нас. Они передавали нас
They
из рук
passed
в
us
руки.
from hand to
Они
hand.
охраняли
They
нас.
guarded us.
Они
They
оберегали нас.
protected us.
Вот только мы пришли и
Except we
сели
have
там на
arrived and sat down.
бревнышко.
there on the log.
Подбежал
And a
молоденький,
very, very young boy, a
молоденький
soldier, ran up.
мальчик, солдатик. Спросил, вы из
Are you
Константиновки?
from
И сразу
Constantinople? And immediately ran
же
back.
прибежал, принес нам воду.
Brought us
Все, кто
water.
проходил
Everyone
мимо,
who
все
passed by, everyone
здоровались.
said
Все
hello.
спрашивали,
Everyone
из
asked
Константиновки, из
from
Константиновки. И вот нас
Constantinople, and
стали
so they started to
выводить.
lead us out.
Раису Григорьевну на
They
руках
carried
носили.
Raja
Меня
Giri in the arms, they
поддерживали, когда
supported me.
уже сил не оставалось идти.
We were no strength
А
left to walk,
идти
but it
нужно
was necessary
было.
to go.
У меня была цель.
I had a
Я
goal.
должна уйти
I must leave
из
this hell.
этого ада. Я должна начать
I must start
новую
a new
жизнь,
life, a normal life.
нормальную жизнь. Мы заслужили
We deserve
эту
this life.
жизнь. И вот здесь я
And
хочу
right here, I want to
отметить,
note
какая
what precision in work, what coordination, what thoughtfulness,
точность в работе, какая слаженность, какая продуманность, какой высокий
what high professionalism among Russian soldiers and officers.
профессионализм у русских солдат и офицеров.
Ruski. See, and I think it's the problem with the media nowadays is that the media is making the Russians look like they're savages and they just do anything and everything. And I'm going to tell you now, in war, you're going to have those sides. You're going to have the ones that are pieces of shit. But then you're also going to have the ones that are they're fighting a war, not because they want to, because they have to, okay? They might have got conscripted or, it's like the draft for Russia, but it's like, they see an old lady and in their minds they're not thinking, oh, that piece of shit, or that old head. They're thinking, oh, my grandmother. There's a lot of people are raised with respect, and it's just like, the media has made Russia made Russia and the people look like pieces of shit and just like cavemen basically. And it's not. Clearly you see these women, they were haunted by what happened, but they realized like, wow, there's so much professionalism going on because these Russian soldiers were like, hey, let's get these women out of here, and they clearly did. I don't understand why that video is. Oh, okay. I probably should have read the thing. It said you are being lied to about Ukraine. Elderly women recall how Ukrainian troops threatened to execute them as witnesses to their crimes in Konstantinovka. Wow. Okay. See, and that's what I'm telling you. Like, you're always getting this. You're only getting one side, and it's bullshit because sure, Ukraine. War is hell. Okay. Like, my grandfather was in World War II, and he used to tell my dad all the time that when you hear thunder, you see lightning, you're in a war. Okay. And he didn't mean like you're in a storm, but over there, like the bombs and stuff, and then you hear thunder of just like doom, doom, just hell, pure hell. But like with this, it's a shame because it's like the war sucks. People like, I wish it would end because a lot of people are just getting killed left and right. But at the same time, it's like the stories coming out that are being pumped in the United States and in Europe and stuff, they're all one-sided. They're all favoring Ukraine, and it's a shame. I bet Ukraine killed Anne. They must burn in hell. They are not human. They are a nation of vermin. Eric Hamov. Can't even read this. Alright, hold on. Wait. Let's get some backstory on this. Wait a second. When the army lives by the rules of the back alley, in the video, one serviceman strikes another on the back of the head, forces him to look into the camera, repeat humiliating word about himself, and show the consequences of fear. Have you ever wondered what the war you glorify looks like? I don't think I should. Oh, this was a Ukrainian. Hold on, let's see if we can. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna pause it, watch it, and see if I can show it. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so I just watched the video, and basically, I'm just gonna sum it up. Here's an old man. He was afraid of dying from a drone, and he refused to basically comply to an order, and there's another soldier who is basically hazing him right now, smacking him on the back of the head, calling him names and stuff, telling him like, you're afraid to die, this, that, the other. Which is human, okay? Yeah, it's human. People are afraid to die in war, okay? Like, it's called shell shock. I mean, you might do good for so long, and then just something happens and it breaks you. Like, the human mind is insane. But the man's so scared he pissed himself, and they're showing it on camera. So I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna. That it's a shame. And it's a shame seeing some of the comments. That's a shame. All right, let's look for Russian released footage reportedly showing the capture of a Colombian fighting for Ukraine. Was it worth leaving home for someone else's war?
Where are you from?
Colombia.
Colombia, okay. Okay. Welcome to Russia, bro. Come on, блядь.
Welcome to Russia.
Тихо, стой. Руки. Вверх. Руки вверх, блядь. Я сам. А, ты моя медалька. Тихо. Скидывай, не трогай. Все. Стой, связать руки нахуй.
I bet that dude is shitting his pants right now.
Давай. Стой.
Oh, he's injured. Shit, I don't know if I can say that. It's not really showing anything, so I think we should be alright.
My friends, нахуй. Медалька моя, ебать.
Oh, so they use him as a POW. Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, hey, you volunteered for the war, you knew the consequences. So, throwback to the start of the Ukraine war when a woman set herself on fire after throwing a Molotov on a Russian vehicle. I don't know if I can show that either. Hold on one second. Okay, so I just watched the video. I am going to show this one. I'm going to tell you now, this is why you don't get involved in shit when you're a civilian. Like, if you want to do shit like this, join the military, okay? Join the fight. Don't be a civilian and try to do dumb shit because you're going to fuck around and find out. And this is what happened.
Давай, блядь, хуярим нахуй. Кидай, блядь.
See?
Антоны.
And you know what's going to happen to that vehicle? Absolutely nothing. That fuel's going to burn off. And, I mean, they might stop, throw some water on it, help it go out. But, I mean, you've seen how quick it just went out on her. They're using just typical gasoline. It's going to burn off real quick. Those vehicles are meant to survive like that, okay? Volunteer unit, Budanov's detachments liquidated a Russian military engineer in Samara. On July 15, Andrei Tizar, head of the design department of the enterprise produces engines for Russian strategic. Okay, wait, if they said liquidate, was a Kano science and developer on aircraft engines, facilitating missile strikes on the civilian population of Ukraine. Okay, hold on, guys, hold on. Okay, I cannot show that one. I will explain what happened though. So, guy's walking home. He was an engineer for the Russians. Basically, the Budanov's detachments, one of them walked up there. So I saw a guy walked behind another guy, got his attention, and then yeah, it shows too much. I'm not gonna be able to show it. So Kiev, hell, residential buildings are burning after a Russian attack. Okay, let's see. This one should be too bad. Huh?
Там вообще, блядь, машина перевернута.
Well, that's war. I mean,
Жесть началась.
okay.
Это вообще полыхает.
Hold on.
Жесть
Quiet,
началась,
quiet,
блядь.
quiet. After hammering Russian ships in the Black Sea and torching important oil depots and refineries, which that's a big thing going on right now. That's why Russia's having a really bad problem with gasoline everywhere. Ukraine's just hammering their oil depots and their oil refineries, and it's getting to the point where now people are traveling just to find gas. And Kazakhstan, I think that's how you say it, basically shut down the border because Russians were going across the border to get gasoline. now struck the second largest warehouse of Russians' e-commerce giant Wildberries. This isn't about tanks and trenches anymore. Ukraine is now going
Ёб
after
твою
the
мать, блядь.
infrastructure ordinary Russians rely on every day. The economic war is escalating fast, and the pain is only getting started.
Жесть началась, что-то вообще полыхает, блядь.
Wow.
Что-то вспыхнуло прямо. Ёб твою мать, блядь. Ёбни. Ну здесь, короче, бля, не особо и пытаются тушить, потому что нахуй
Damn.
как тут тушить. Жесть началась, что-то вообще
Well,
полыхает,
so it
блядь.
just shows a build, something burning.
Что-то вспыхнуло прямо.
What's this one? The same thing, basically. Okay, so that's just the same clip from a different thing. Russian occupiers, your invasion ends here. Okay, I'm gonna stop this, check this one, and I'll let you know. So I watched this video. There's no killing in it, but there is a lot of degrading. Basically, the soldiers got a hold of a bunch of people. I'll show you guys the video, but it's a bunch of Russian soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers got them, and they stripped them down to their underwear, zip tied their hands behind their back, and basically duct taped them in Ukrainian duct tape. Ukrainian colored duct tape. As you can see, some of them are injured. Welcome to Ukraine. So, as you can see from this, you know, a lot of this whole Russia's the bad guys, you know, no, it's to the point, and I know there's going to be a bunch of people out there telling me, oh, well, these guys asked for it, this, that, the other. It's just like, you know, no, the guys didn't ask for it. No one asked for it, okay? One person, the leader of Russia, made it so these guys had to go fight, and you know they're fighting because it's either fight or go to prison or get killed, you know. So of course they're gonna fight. I mean, they got a family to take care of, stuff like that. But it's like there's degrading and humiliation on both sides, and I just wish, you know, the media would stop bullshitting around and showing everybody one side. Show them both sides. We need to know. So. I am grateful to our warriors for their accuracy. Once again, there have been a successful long-range sanctions against Russia for this war. In particular, the Security Service of Ukraine destroyed a Tu-95 military aircraft in Engels that had been used for Russian missile strikes. How do you know it was that exact one being used for Russian missile strikes? Sure, you can. I'm sure you can get the numbers, or maybe you tracked it. But I'm just saying, there's so many of them, and it's insane. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. You know, I had parental duties to attend to. But anyway, yeah, so this one's going to show basically a plane getting blown up from afar. Did you see how bright that was? Just watch. Hold on, let's see it. Wow. So, as you can see, we're not, I mean, he's claiming it was the Su-95 or Tu-95, but hold on. The FSB foiled another terror attack by Ukraine/NATO on Russia's defense industry. 35 drones were smuggled as Spanish ceramic tiles into Russia from Poland via Belarus. Video shows CCTV footage of two Moldovans setting up the drones in the warehouse in Moscow region. Both terrorists were detained, and a third suspect, a Russian citizen with the connections to the Ukrainian SBU. According to the FSB reports, the drones assembled in Kiev and equipped with Canadian-made control systems. The drone was to be controlled from Ukraine without any traces to the smugglers. The SIM cards used were registered under the names of 13 to 16-year-olds. Now, see, that I don't like, okay? I don't like when children are being used to fight a man's war, okay? The owner of the warehouse during detention resisted and was eliminated by special forces. The drones were destroyed. The Russian FSB continued to ensure security of the Russian Federation. So that must be he must be opening it up, and oh, okay, I see the drone. Yep, there it is. Okay. Well, you can't deny that. You're caught red-handed. I'm not sure what that says, but FPB first. Ah, here we go. Wow. You can see the explosive already on it. That's insane. What's this? Ground combat robots armed with heavy Browning M2 machine guns and strike drones in perfect sync. Pure nightmare fuel for Russian assault groups. They just wiped out an entire enemy assault unit in one of the settlements of the Huliapol front. Flawless, surgical, merciless work by the operators of the 33rd Separate Assault Regime. This isn't the future of war. This is the present, and it belongs to Ukraine. I might not. Okay, so I might not be able to show this, guys. Okay, so these are just still images. It's not actually showing. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to, but sometimes I have to just skip to it. The video was captured using a GoPro helmet camera in the city of Touretsk that has become the largest urban battle in the eastern Ukraine since fall of Avdiivka. Ukrainian Special Forces and High Intensity Urban Operation GoPro Helmet. The men you see in the video are part of the Special Forces Unit of the National Guard of Ukraine during several operations against Russian forces who stormed the city. I'm almost positive I'm not going to be able to show that. Kadyrov goat fucking pigs use ambulances to move around in the scum. Can you imagine what Russian bastards would say if Ukraine did that? I don't. I'm very against that as well. Like, listen, that's what I'm saying. War's hell, and that's both sides are in the wrong. But as soon as one does it, the other one's gonna immediately say, "Well, since he did it, I'm gonna do it." Two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, like I say, if the world lived by the rule an eye for an eye, then the whole world would be blind. So, elderly women recall how Ukrainian troops threatened. Yeah, we've seen that one. We've seen this one. Seen that one. What's this? Yesterday, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham visited Ukraine to assure Zelensky supported the United States. A warmonger was shown a secret drone manufacturing facility in Kiev. Well, this facility no longer exists after strikes by the Russian MOD without warning. 6 missiles struck 2 manufacturing facilities in Kiev region. The Rumad confirmed strikes on drone sites, which started a huge fire. None of Russia's ballistic missiles were shot down. Lindsey Graham is no longer in Ukraine. Lindsey Graham is no longer alive. So, 12 years ago, Russia shot down flight MH17 over Ukraine. 298 innocent people were murdered. 80 of them were children. 12 years later, Russia is still murdering civilians every single day. Remember, MH17 demand justice never normalized Russian terror. That's fucked up. Like I said, guys, what's this? FSB has thwarted Ukrainian drone attacks on a strategic facility in Moscow region. Agency reported that it had disrupted the preparation of a massive attack on a strategic facility located in a residential region. All drones were destroyed by Special Forces officers before the attack began, and there were no casualties. So, but I think I'm going to end the video there. Listen, hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe. I'll bring you guys more videos like this. Like I said, I just wanted to show both sides of the war. It seems like we're never able to see what's really going on because the media just wants to show Ukraine, and it's just like, both sides are at fault. Yes, I understand the special military operation. Russia invaded Ukraine, but it's almost like any other country invading another country. Okay, it's just one of those things where I personally think that we just all need to say, let's just chill out. Let's have a drink. Let's just talk. Too many fucking people are dying. I mean, it's generations of families are destroyed, okay? Generations. And to be honest with you, bloodlines have been destroyed, okay? Like there's multiple bloodlines that will not be able to exist anymore because of what's going on. So, like I said, hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.